Hello Taurus, Elsie here with a bonus read. How are you, my friends? Thank you so much for showing up here. Happy weekend to you. I am throwing these cards on the weekend. Please know that when I do a bonus read, the bonus reads are for the current or the future energy. I'm not intending on reading anything back there. However, that being said, today, the 29th of June, we have entered the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is going into retrograde on the around the 18th, I believe. And so we've got a couple of weeks as we lead in as Mercury slows its path, right? And so we are entering the shadow phase. All right, here we go. Let's find out what's going on here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Now, why do I mention Mercury? Because, you know, y'all, communication can be tough. People coming back from the past, and it's not because they're coming back from they're coming back from the past so you can resolve things. So things can be resolved within your life, right? And so you can make decisions. So I think this is a decision-making time. So let's find out what is going on here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, we've got the Three of Swords. We've got the King of Cups, and we have the Seven of Swords. Ooh, boy, that's some energy, isn't it? So I feel like, Taurus, that there is some sort of disappointment or heartbreak, and it feels like it is emotional, deeply emotional. It feels like it's really deeply emotionally, I think you're really deeply hurt by someone, and I think you're hurt by them because of silence. It feels like you feel someone ended something or let something go. We've got the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is a little bit of betrayal, but it can also be secrecy. It feels like this, I'm feeling that there is somebody here that you have deep feelings for, or somebody here that you felt like they shared the same feelings that you did. And I don't think that that was the case. Or maybe if they did, they haven't said so. Now, the King of Cups is the one that's it's very hard for them to bring their feelings to the surface, to show them to you. They have a lot of deep feelings underneath, but this person is somebody who's not really showing them on the surface. The Seven of Swords tells me that you feel lied to, because this person acted like they liked you, or they acted like you two had an emotional bond. And I feel like there is somebody here that between 7 and 3, that's 10 swords, you feel betrayed by them, or you have decided, you know what, I'm just going to let this go. Obviously, I didn't take it right. Obviously, I didn't see the situation for what it was. It feels like you're heartbroken at this point, or maybe even just a little bit disappointed. Maybe not heartbroken, but maybe disappointed. For some of you, there could have been a third party in the picture, possibly with the Three of Swords here. It could be that this person is now dating someone else. Tell me more. Tell me more about Taurus. We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it does look like they chose somebody else, but Taurus, I'm going to say that it's no reflection on you. Look, you are in your Empress energy. And just because you're a Taurus or a Libra, it doesn't mean you're the Empress. Wisdom is what brings you to the place of the Empress. Learning all of the lessons of the Queens, right? So the Empress is solid and sturdy, is also very beautiful, takes care of themselves, handsome, takes care of themselves, feminine or masculine. This is somebody here who is very abundant and who knows that they can be on their own. So I feel like, Taurus, that you know that you can make it on your own, but you don't necessarily want to. Like, I feel like the Empress knows that they can take care of it all themselves, but it really would be nice to have someone in my life who is of a romantic interest, right? That's what it feels like I'm reading about here. So we do have the Two of Pentacles. I do feel this King of Cups chose someone else. I could be speaking about someone who's a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer, but we do have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here, and we have Taurus and Libra energy here. So it could be someone of any of those signs. It does feel like you still carry deep feelings, but that they have chosen someone else, and it feels like that was heartbreaking. It doesn't diminish you in any way. I'm going to say, just because someone can't see your worth, it doesn't mean you don't have worth. You're showing up here as knowing your own worth with the Empress energy. I feel like this sort of rocked your confidence a little bit, I'm going to say, because I feel like that there was really a bond between you and this person. And look, it doesn't mean that there wasn't a bond. It means that this person chose somebody else. And so they could have had a choice. right, with somebody else. But maybe also, look, we're not dealing in emperors and empresses here. We're dealing in empresses and kings. This person maybe felt like they just weren't enough. They felt like they couldn't give you enough, or they didn't have enough. You're the empress, right? Feminine or masculine. You're somebody who shows up as someone who really doesn't need anyone else. And maybe that made this person nervous. Sometimes people will date down, understand, right? Especially when you get to the emperor or the empress energy here. And sometimes somebody who is not necessarily on your financial vibrational level, that person will tend to date down because they know that they actually are, how can I say, that they are on a maybe a higher vibrational level or a different vibrational level from the person that they're going to be dating down. Now, when I say date down, I don't mean anything disparaging by that. I just mean that maybe a king is going to date a knight. Maybe a king is going to date someone who is not necessarily emotionally available for them. That way they can feel okay if they leave the situation. Do you know what I mean? So the problem ends up coming when we date off the vibration. So when the kings date knights, or when the empress dates a king, you know what I mean? We're not necessarily on the same vibration. I hope that makes sense. So we do have the star, which is in the reverse. And so I feel, Taurus, that that you feel as though, well, I just don't have any hope that this is coming to fruition. So I feel that you're leaving it behind. But I feel like you still do have this feeling of feeling lied to or betrayed. This one just sort of flipped out of the deck and onto my chest here. So we've got the Two of Swords here. I feel like this person had to make a choice, but you know what I'm just going to say? We've got 5 swords here. I don't think that they thought they made the right choice. I feel, honestly, what I'm feeling here as an energy reader, the energy I'm getting here is that this person felt like they weren't enough for you. That this person felt like, oh, I'm not an emperor. I'm not even close to being an emperor. I'm dealing with an empress here. Somebody who's truthful and honest and has their own money and supports themselves. And what do I have to bring to them if I'm a King of Cups? And so I feel like you connected to them in a very psychic way because you are the Queen of Cups. But this person, I feel, made a decision but didn't make the right decision. Because look, we've got 5 swords here. They're fighting their feelings for you. But I feel like they're also this other person that they chose, that there might be such glaring differences between them and the other person. Maybe they chose a knight. Maybe they chose a page. Do you know what I mean? It feels like there's such glaring differences between them and the other person that I feel like they're feeling like they made the wrong decision. Yes, the Sun is here. They're like, I had it there. They're like, the Two of Swords is like, I had the decision. I could have done this or that, and I went there, and I should have gone there. I should have gone with the Empress, and I went with someone else here. The Queen of Swords is here. So I feel like this person is seeing the situation for what it is now. They're seeing that they caused heartbreak because the Sun is here between the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now they're seeing with truth and honesty what they've done. It feels like they're realizing that they gave up an Empress to go for whomever was the third party. And listen, I'm not saying this in a bad way. I feel like somebody here made a decision based on what they felt they could give you, and they didn't feel like they could give you enough, so they went to a relationship where they were giving more than the other person could give them, if you understand what I'm saying. We do have the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This person is realizing with truth and honesty and the Sun coming out here that they maybe made a wrong decision. Tell me about this Seven of Swords here, because I still think that you're holding on to the Seven of Swords. I feel like you're still trying to heal your heart. I feel like you're still feeling like you're missing this person. Judgment card is here. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Very interesting. So look, I feel like there is someone else coming in your future because you are the Empress. You are all of the queens, right? So I feel like there is someone else that's coming in the future for you here that is someone that you feel might mirror your passions. So the Judgment card tells me that you're being called to leave this behind. I feel like it's the Seven of Swords you're supposed to leave behind, this feeling of being defeated, feeling unwanted, feeling like this person made the wrong decision. I feel like the Judgment card tells me you're supposed to leave that behind and you're supposed to resurrect yourself into a new cycle. And I feel like this new cycle is going to be someone who is going to pursue you possibly. Let's find out what this King and Queen of Wands is here. Tell me more about this for Taurus. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're moving on here. Moving on into the future, and I feel like there is somebody who matches your passion. So it could very well be like, look, when the universe takes somebody out of our way, we need to thank them because this person either wasn't ready for you, this person didn't have enough knowledge, maybe they were someone who, maybe there's someone who is not, who is just becoming emotionally available, but it feels like this person was unable to show their feelings on the surface. And so I feel like you now are finding someone who can show their feelings on the surface, someone who is very passionate and fiery and very motivated to pursue you, and someone who's very attracted to you, someone who can't keep their hands off you. Like it feels like that, feminine or masculine, right? The Six of Swords tells me you are moving forward or moving on. But I feel like it's reluctantly, I want to say, because I feel like you still have an attachment to the King of Cups, like an emotional heart sort of connection, attachment. But I feel like this moves really quickly. Like this is Aries energy, right? Aries moves super quick, and so I feel like this moves really quickly. It moves very quickly into some sort of relationship. Tell me what kind of relationship this is here. The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Well, there you go. So it feels like it is romantic. It is heartfelt. That this person, I feel, is someone who is connected to you emotionally as well as passionately. So this person, let's talk about them, because I feel like we're talking about the person that they chose. Tell me about them and the person that they chose. We've got the World card. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, and we've got the Four of Wands. I feel like this person makes them wait. Yeah, I feel like this person makes them work really, really hard. And I don't think they want to work that hard. I think that the World card tells me that this chapter comes to an end, and this person, I think that this person, feminine or masculine, was playing house with somebody. I think they moved in. I think that they moved that person in with them, but I think that it quickly comes to an end because it ends up being way too much work. So I feel like this person was moved out of the way. They made the wrong decision. I feel like you get somebody who is fun and exciting and passionate and who pursues you here. Tell me what the outcome is here, please. I feel like this is the King of Cups who's feeling kind of hopeless. We've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Knight of Wands, and we've got the Five of Swords. Oh boy. Did I say that at the beginning of this video? I think it was. The beginning of this video, we're talking about Mercury retrograde. I feel like this person might be coming back around, Mercury retrograde. I feel, Taurus, that there is somebody coming from the past and there's somebody in the future. And I think that while you're carrying on with the person from the future, the person from the past comes back. But listen, I feel like you're still connected to this person emotionally. So you're going to do what you're going to do. But look, the Knight of Wands is here. The Knight of Wands is here with the Five of Swords. And so I feel like the Two of Wands is telling me that this person comes back saying, oh, I've made a decision now. I've decided it's you. It's you for the future. 2 and 1 is 3, future energy. But the Five of Swords is here. You're like, no. Like too little too late, man. Yeah, I'm walking away. Yeah, I think you're over it. We've got the Ace of Wands. I just don't have any attraction to you anymore. Because you picked somebody else. And so I feel like you're just going to carry on with the person that you are meeting in the future. I don't know if you've met this person by the time you're with this person, or if this person tries to come back around and you meet this person after, but nonetheless, you've got a choice between someone who's new and someone who is coming back around after having chose someone else it didn't work out with. I feel like you've got the ick about them though. I don't feel like you are, they're like, okay, here I am, the lovers, right? And you're like, no, I don't think so. Let me just be honest with you, friend. That you couldn't bring your feelings to the surface, and I'm just going to be honest and truthful with you. Let me give you some facts. Let me spit some facts for you. That yes, you're somebody that I'm always going to hold in my heart. You're always going to be my soul connection. but you have no access to your feelings, my friend. And so this can't happen between us. I feel like you carry on with the new person in the future. Taurus, I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. Glad to be back doing bonus reads. Gosh, I got so busy with the weeklies and the monthlies. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care, Taurus. I'm up for now. Bye-bye.